Okay, I'm here with Neville Southall, patron for Just a Ball Game, who's here speaking at the conference called Stronger Together. Neville, you've become a leading voice for many groups of people who would normally not have had a mainstream platform in the media. Has that desire to stand up for disadvantaged people always been part of your character, or did travelling the world playing football open your mind to the many injustices in society?
A bit of everything, I think. When I played for Everton, but more I think when I played for Wales, we went to some of the poorest countries in the world. We went to Romania when Ceausescu was there. Went to Yugoslavia, the old Yugoslavia, and Tito was there. And you can see the poverty. When people try and nick your brown sauce and your red sauce off your table because they have nothing, then you realise, how bad it is. I went to Russia when my first came to Wales, and our choice basically in the room was you either had curtains or you had a plug in the sink. You could see how poverty was. There was such a big gap, and I think leaving football, I've always worked with disadvantaged kids really, and I think that's the main reason for it really.
And you're here today at Wembley as a patron of the LGBT group Just a Ball Game. Can you explain how you first met Lindsay and how did she encourage you to become an ally of the organisation? And what could be done to make football stadiums a more welcome place for LGBT communities?
I met Lindsay through Twitter. And then she asked me to go to one of the events. I think the first one I met her was in Cardiff. That went okay, and she'd asked me before then. And I said, look, as long as it doesn't take up too much of my time, because I'm also the LGBT, the Rainbow Toffees patron there. I do a cancer one. I do the Chorley Evans Sports Club and a cancer one. I do about 10 of them. So as long as I can split my time, I do, doing okay. I don't mind lending my name really. What I like about Lindsay is she just grafts and grafts and grafts. She doesn't get much funding. She's always looking for new funding, always keen to promote it. I think, well, you've got people like Lindsay. I think LGBT people have got a chance of succeeding in football.
And Kick Out is supporting today's event as well. As a teacher yourself, how aware are you of the education work Kick Out undertake at football clubs and academies? And in your opinion, is that more important when dealing with incidents of discrimination on the field?
Kick It Out I haven't heard as much of as probably I should have, mainly because I don't work in football really. So not an awful lot. So it'd be good to know a bit more. I think it will come to a point, and I do think this, where your coaching will be split into two badges. So you will coach your sport, say football, but you also have to have a badge to coach the individual as an individual. So what I didn't realise until I finished football is that the impact your words can have on people. And I found that out after meeting a couple of apprentices from Torquay and places like that where I'd done things for them but I forgot all about it. There was a grumpy little kid who used to come in the change rooms as an apprentice who was really, really grumpy all the time. I said, well, look, if you're that grumpy, why are you doing it? And I think he was in a position where he was coming to please other people. And then he said to me, in the end I took your advice and give up. And now he's a PE teacher, he loves it. So I think that was when I thought, oh, okay, so maybe if I'd have said something different, would he have stayed? I don't know. So your words do have an effect. And I think sometimes you've got to sit back and realise, as being in a school, what words can mean. And I think, we had a situation where we had a lad who came out as gay, but we all knew he was. But he was so homophobic before he came out as gay. It was like having a split personality. We all knew he was. He knew he was, but he didn't want to tell anybody. He eventually came out gay, and it was only when he sort of was in the process that you think, how am I ever going to speak to this kid? What do I actually know about LGBT stuff? Nothing. So I didn't think I knew anybody who was gay at that time, but I must have. And I must have played with somebody who was gay, by sheer averages. And I knew nothing, so I got in touch with a few people on Twitter, and they've been brilliant. Every time I've talked to them, they've given me good advice. I'm still not up to date with all the LGBTQ plus I plus whatever it is. So I tend to ignore that and just call them people, because it's a lot easier. Because at the end of the day, they have got their own identity, but they're still humans, and I only see them as people.
Footballers with an opinion on anything other than their last performance are often ridiculed, yet few people travel as much or as mixing in as many circles. So was politics something that footballers of your time ever talked about while you were playing? Did, for example, you and Pat Neville ever have a discussion on the issue of the day?
No, Pat was far too clever for me, to be fair. He used words I couldn't understand, in all fairness. I need Pat. Well, you know, Pat's got a really warm sense of humour. So when he first came, it was good because he got to tell loads of jokes. Then he got bored of it. So yeah, he was not really, but because look, as a footballer, you have to be really self-centred and have a massive ego and just worry about yourself. So I think I didn't like who I was as a footballer. None at the time, but looking back, I didn't like what I was, and who I was really. So now it's a lot easier to be who I want to be and who I am, because I don't have to. I'm not a performing dog anymore. I don't have to be what I needed to be then. So what I needed to be then was the best I possibly could be, and to the detriment of most of the other stuff in my life. And now I don't have to do that. It's far easier life, and I'm far happier. You could call it pressure if you want, but I don't think it was pressure. I think once you go into that profession, you're judged every day and every week, and that's, you know, can be difficult. But at the time, you just put your head down and do what you can do, and then when you come out, it's fine. What I probably should have done was have a better life balance, but I didn't, because I wanted to be something that I wanted to be, which was to be the best I possibly could.
You've said in the past that you were against hosting the FIFA World Cup in Russia, a country with a poor human rights record. Looking back, can any social progression realistically occur by opening up the nation to such scrutiny, and therefore would you have any hope of a similar breakthrough by holding the next tournament in Qatar?
No. Because we don't do anything. To me, it's just, why did he give it Russia? I have no idea. What signal does that send out? You wouldn't do that with your kids. You've been a naughty boy, so here's £1 million. Wouldn't do that with your kids. Qatar, how many people have died? Building stadiums, why would you take it there? There's only two reasons, and that's somebody in power and cash. You're not going to tell me we're going to Qatar because it's good for fans. It's good for cash for the FA, or whoever's getting it off for FIFA, sorry. It's a cash-related thing, and I think part of the reason we're going to Qatar is that they will have drinks breaks, and in drinks breaks they will have adverts, and which will make more revenue, and I think they want to get to the point where they can shove more adverts in and make even more money. So to me, it's a money-making exercise, and it's going to be built on the people's lives that have been lost there. And to me, it's you wouldn't treat your kids like you treat them countries.